I have been a musculoskeletal therapist and personal trainer for 11 years now. That makes me a grandfather in the industry, and I have heard every sales speech about every MLM product out there. In fact, I've heard the speeches so many times, and they all use the same speech that most of the time I get this phone call, probably once every 3 weeks, to asking me if I heard about this fantastic new product and how much it's going to support my business and my clients and what they're doing. And I end up finishing their spiel for them because I've heard it so many times, I've memorized it. It's ridiculous. So I have the same opinion about, as most of you, about MLM. And I agree. Isogenics, Your Health, Amway, burnt it for a lot of people. I'm not saying everybody was burnt it, but there was a lot of people in it for the wrong reasons, and there's a lot of people that just saw dollar figures out of all their friends and out of everyone that walked past them. They just saw dollar signs, dollar signs, dollar signs, and they pushed and pushed and pushed, and they didn't know how to take no as an answer. And this is what burnt everybody else with MLM. I totally understand that, and I get that, and I agree with that. So if you're going to get into selling a product, you need to get into it for the right reasons, and you need to support your friends for the right purposes. And if it doesn't suit them, then it doesn't suit them. That's okay. As you know, I've been a personal trainer for a long time. If someone contacts me wanting to lose weight and get some personal training, I will generally follow them up 4 to 5 times. Unless they've given me a very clear no. But if they're giving me dodgy answers and an unclear answer, then of course I'm going to follow them up. Just like you in your job, if someone contacts you interested in your product, but then doesn't follow through on the purchase, of course you should be following them up to see how they got on with their thought process. Did they have any further questions? Would they like to trial or see a sample or some kind of test, ways to break down their why of why they've said no. So it's understandable for an MLM person to ask you 3 or 4 times, unless you give them a very distinct no, bugger off. But if you do say no, make sure you say no for the right reasons. And this was the epiphany that I had a couple of weeks ago, and that's what's leading me to making this video today. I have a couple of mentors. I'm self-employed. I have been for 11 years. That means I've been alone for most of that time. So my mentors are people like Gary Vaynerchuk. If you're not following him, get on him. Gary V is awesome. Anthony Robbins. If you haven't been to one of his seminars, listen to his books, mate, you are missing out. Bob Proctor, Spirit of Opulence, is a freaking awesome book. Man, that should be a Bible for anyone on the planet, let alone anyone who wants to be an entrepreneur. Jim Rohn, Zig Ziglar, all these people are life-changing with their approach to life. Anyway, Roger Hamilton as well. Roger Hamilton and Gary V are industry leaders in seeing what is the next big thing, and they predict it. And Gary V's got a video on how many predictions he's had right. It's amazing. Roger Hamilton, he's not that egotistical. He doesn't have to throw himself out there like that, but he is also on the money. He knows what's happening and how the world is changing. And they have both stated how many entrepreneurs there are now in the last 10 years as there were for the last 100 years. And the world is changing from being a 9-to-5er mentality of being sheeps and slaves to being thought-driven entrepreneurs who are trying to control their own life. Whether you want to choose your own hours, that's why a lot of personal trainers get into the personal training. $50 an hour, choose my own hours. What a dream job. Sorry, lost track of thoughts. Let's go back to my notes here. This is why society is changing. Okay. First of all, marketing as we know it is dying. Coca-Cola, McDonald's, Kmart, Big W, they're not going to keep having TV commercials in the same way they do. Why is marketing dying? Because these days we've got social media and everyone is out there taking a photo of their food. They've gone down to the local coffee shop and they've had an amazing granola bowl or acai bowls or a good cup of coffee, and they've taken a photo, they've put on social media and said, oh my God, this was great. And then their friends come along and say, oh, that's great, where can I get that? You know, there are so many social media millionaires now who are paid to advertise other products. This is the way of the future. So when you're sitting there on Facebook and you see someone saying, oh, here's Juice Plus, oh, here's Isogenics, here's jump on this product. Yes, I am dabbling in some of that now. And this is my thought process I'm sharing with you. It's normal, it's common, it's happening more and more. So why not get paid for it? If you're taking a product that you love and it's seriously benefiting you, why not get paid for it? Commissions. You know, you don't have to go very far on Instagram to see some scantily dressed bimbo trying to push her exercise pants, her sports bra, her hair straightener, her tan, her activated charcoal for white teeth, and her protein supplements. She gets kickbacks from all that, and you're okay with all of that. So why not, if someone is loving their Juice Plus tablets and they want to share it on their Facebook page, why isn't that not okay? And we'll get to that. Continue on. Primarily because they see you as a dollar sign and they mistreat you. So that goes down to the person's ethics. It's not the person's product. Again, if you're going to say no for the right reasons, not the wrong reasons. Stay-at-home mums seeking secondary incomes. Money is getting tighter and tighter. The husband, sorry to be stereotypical here, let's just paint a picture, yeah, before you jump down my throat on International Women's Day. You got the stay-at-home mums who are looking after the baby. They've got 3 to 4 hours in the middle of the day where the baby's asleep, maybe the baby's playing quietly, where they are bored. They are not fulfilled. They are trying to find hobbies and passions to keep themselves busy. And there was about 6 years ago when all of a sudden they realized that, hey, if I make a website about this, I start putting it on eBay or Gumtree, I can make a bit of a business out of this. Stay-at-home mums alone have changed the industry dramatically by selling their passion and their purpose as a hobby on these sites. It's a massive shift in society that's happening. So you've got a lot of stay-at-home mums jumping on the health bandwagon and now selling products. Why? Because they're fat, sick, and nearly dead. They're unhealthy and miserable, so they start taking this product and feeling amazing as a byproduct. So of course, just like that acai bowl, just like that good cup of coffee, they're going to start sharing it on Facebook. Society has changed. Lastly, do you get commissions for everything you sell? Well, that changes your intent, and I agree. You need to enter this with the right intent. Be respectful when someone says no. A lot of people don't have marketing experience. They don't have entrepreneurial experience. So they're just going to push and push and push and push, push because I believe the product's best for you. You need to get on it. Secretly, I'm going to make money off of the more people I have, right? Yes, but Woolworths, 1,500 products in just a row or so. All of them have, so you've got the checkout chick who gets paid fuck all. She doesn't get commissions for what she sells. She just stands there and checks it through. Then you've got the people who stack the shelves. They get paid the same. Then you've got the rep who comes in once a week and makes sure the display's neat and tidy, the price is on the right point, see what other products are being marketed around, and see where they're competing, where they're sitting. They ask the manager. They look at the reports to see how well it's selling, what's not selling, how do they need to implement the next advertising that up above has put that. They get paid X amount, and yes, they get commissions on how much they sell. Then you go to the next level, you've got a state manager that looks after all of the store managers, and they get a commission based on how well their team is doing. Then above that, you've got the CEO and the marketing department that are making fucking heaps of money because of the people they've got below them selling it. So an MLM, providing the person is selling a good product and they're being ethical about who they suggest the product to. And if someone doesn't need it, I will say, no, mate, you don't need it. Look at this option or try this instead. But you're okay. The CEO of Australia Post, $7.5 million was it? That's ridiculous. No one's okay with that. No one's okay with how much the politician's getting paid. But they're getting paid that much because of how many people are below them, and all those people are making the hard yards, and then the people below them that gets the orders from above. So the society is full of pyramid schemes. The society is full of hierarchy and structure. So next time someone comes to you with an MLM product and says, hey man, I want you to try this product, I've lost weight, I feel amazing from it. If they're selling the product to you for the right reasons, and this is what you need to quantify and justify, give it a go, because they probably are feeling pretty good from it. A lot of companies have stopped. This is why I went back to point number one, sorry. I used to believe that if an MLM product was that amazing, then they wouldn't require an MLM type program to sell it. I thought if it's a legitimate product that's going to be successful and helpful, then it's going to be out there, and then it should be on a shelf selling. That should be a legitimate product that anyone can buy from the local shops. And of course, that makes complete sense. But obviously, no. Why pay commissions to the CEO, to the sales representative for another product to go sit on the shelf and not necessarily be sold without spending thousands of dollars on a marketing campaign? Instead of a marketing campaign, instead of selling all these people salaries, why not make a commission-based product for everyone in that program who sell it, and then they get commissions based on the level they sell? That makes sense to me. So I had this epiphany probably about 6 to 8 weeks ago, and I've been mulling on it, what to do. I personally consider myself to run my business with great ethics and transparency, and anyone who has bought product off me, I've told them this is an MLM product. I did not get into Ketones OS because it's an MLM product and I want passive income. That is just a rosy benefit. I am big into fasting, I'm big into juicing, and I believe it's going to be the next phase, because people love crazes. It's going to be the next way for dieting and looking after our health. And when people grasp this, pharmaceuticals are going to lose sales. Doctors are going to start losing sales, because fasting is the best way to look after your health. I've said it before, I'll say it again. Paleo with intermittent fasting would have to be the best diet in the world, no doubt about it. Not everybody wants to eat paleo. I love my beer, I love my pizza. Not everybody can intermittent fast. So last year when I was getting clients to fast and they were struggling with it because we're still expected to perform a 16-hour day, then I went looking for a product to help my clients intermittent fast a bit more easily. That's what I came across, ketos. There may be a better product out there. When I found ketones and I tried for myself, I stopped looking because I was pretty happy with it. So that's my point of view on multi-level marketing. Why my opinion, and I am very open about my opinion. I know I've got a couple of rants on Facebook about MLM and how moronic they are. Usually it's about someone who has been to a 90-minute weight loss class, which was really 65 minutes of how to sell the product and 20 minutes about nutrients, and they're all of a sudden a nutrition expert. That's what gets my goat. But I know the benefit of the product, and I know when to use it, when not to use it. And anyone who wants to take the product, or anyone who wants to sell the product, I will happily give them as much knowledge as I possibly can on the people that they're on selling it to. And they are always welcome to come back and ask me what to use it, when to use it. I don't expect them to be the expert, but they need to bring it back to me, because I'm happy to be the expert on the product. I hope that helps share some light on why my opinion has changed. There are still some dodgy products out there, but there are some dodgy people out there. So if you're going to say no for the right reasons, not just because they started the sentence with, this is an MLM product, you can make money off it. Cool.